Hi, this is Ishan.
Hi, Amaya.
And welcome back to the
Hiubang Show.
So yeah, Arit Kumar sent us an
One
email.
of our top subscribers.
One of our top subscribers who is very persistent in requesting.
Yeah.
Props to you.
And what video is
He
it?
requested us not only through the community tab,
Yeah.
but also through email.
Email.
So he really asked us to request it on this video. It's called Hinduphobia
In pop culture.
in pop culture, which is going to be explained by Vamsee Juluri, which is a professor of media studies at USF, University of San
Is that
Francisco.
your...
No. I was from SF. I was from SFSU.
Oh, okay.
I graduated from San Francisco State University. I might not look like it, but I am a US graduate. Okay, I'm a US graduate.
Just check the video.
We're just gonna check the video, but before we check the video out, we're gonna read a little bit about the description, which is uploaded by the Upward channel.
Yeah.
There is a low-intensity cultural war raging against Hindus in popular cultures in India and outside. Vamsee Juluri, a professor of media studies at the USF, explained the mechanic of the phenomenon. Do you get what it says?
Interesting.
I have no idea what it means, so we're just gonna check it out.
We all know something about the pleasures, distraction, and entertainment that pop culture offers us. The movies we watch, the celebrities whose fashions we follow, the ads whose stories make us smile, all of these make up pop culture today. Pop culture is our favorite time pass, and we spend a good amount of our hard-earned money on it too. Pop culture tells us what is cool and what is not, what is in and what is out, even what is right and what is wrong. And most of what we consume uncritically, almost naively, just as half people compulsively consume soft drinks without worrying about the damage caused by excessive sugar.
But here's one thing you should know. Consumers may devour media casually just for fun. But those who are creating media content are doing so not casually at all.
Investors, lobbyists, political strategists, marketing experts, movie makers, writers, artists, they all have their own vested interests, commercial, political, religious, or ideological, to cater to.
The bottom line is there are huge capital investments being made in shaping a free people into a market, an audience, and a believing public. Pop culture is powerful, and once the power of pop culture is unleashed on defining a people or a religion as the enemy, then what follows is something like a holocaust. It does not have to be an instant physical holocaust, but a subtler one in which the target culture is persuaded by media to misunderstand itself and demean itself and erase itself out of existence in just one generation. This is not an accident. Someone or something has invested in making this happen to you and your descendants. 1,000 years ago, a zealot who hated your religion came on horseback and broke the arms and heads of your goddesses. Today, a zealot just needs to make a movie or TV show that persuades you that it's cool to spit on your own gods. I'm presently working on a book on Hinduphobia. I'm starting to find that these representations of Hinduism in today's media and popular culture are not just bad, but dangerous. Where has Hinduphobia come from? First, it was the colonial missionaries from England and America. Then, their lies and hate about Hindus got repackaged as health journalism in a book called Mother India. It was written by an anti-immigration activist called Catherine Mayo. Mayo considered Hindus a health risk to the world, and her book was so influential, there was a time Indians could not even get visas to go to America. Mother India, unfortunately, is not in the past. The movie Slumdog Millionaire, which was a huge hit around the world, changed the characters' names from the novel to make all the villains Hindu and victims Muslim. They even show Rama appearing in a mob that is killing the hero's mother. The myth of Hindu terror is growing in US media. More recently, the show Quantico depicted the antagonists as Hindu terrorists planning to slaughter innocent people in America. And it's not just fiction. The New York Times has been systematically biased in its coverage of Hindu-Muslim riots, naming Hindus for violent acts, but never the other way around. Now, Hinduphobia is not just an American phenomenon. If you are a Hindu in India, you should be even more concerned. Since 2015, there have been many cases of newspapers tweaking reports on crimes done by non-Hindus to suggest Hindus or Hinduism was somehow to blame. In addition to fake news and narratives, there is a low-intensity cultural war raging against Hindus in Indian popular culture today. Our goddesses and gods, who stand for high ethical ideals as mothers, fathers, and friends, are being violently targeted in media messages. Usually, when this level of effort is made to demonize a people, it means there's a deeper intent to take over their land, freedom, sometimes even their lives. Many Hindus today think that being in a majority implies such concerns are exaggerated. But remember, every civilization is only one generation away from total extinction. But this is not the end. We can still work to preserve the India of our Devis and Devatas and our Panchabhutas in our rivers, lakes, forests, and air. To achieve this, we must become smart media consumers. Notice what the media say and don't say. Question their biases. Tweet to their advertisers and sponsors. Don't spend on Hinduphobic brands. Start the media satyagraha to save India today. This is Vamsee Juluri, Professor of Media Studies at the University of San Francisco, for Upward.
So, a lot of times, actually, remember when we started this whole reaction on the Indian, what were your thoughts on India pop culture? Remember like a long time ago? Like, I'm just gonna say it out blatantly, like, remember before we watched Carolina Goswami, even now, what is the professor's name? He was Vamsee Juluri. Not only on India, we have this thought inside our head what India is like.
Yeah, we kind of have a picture of the
what
whole
India.
India.
Of the whole India, right? Now let me
Yeah.
ask you a second. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Where do you get the pictures from?
From the movie, of course.
Movies, things are that being
Mostly
shown.
from the movies.
Yes, or you know, like recently in Indonesia, we have this variety TV show.
Yeah.
They kind of sometimes they bring in Indian guest star.
Yeah.
They bring in Indian guest star, and they kind of like show the silliness of Indian music, of Indian dance.
That so-called Indian culture.
So in our mind, as Indonesian, okay, we're not gonna talk about the Western media first. We're gonna talk about how Indonesian media portray Indian pop culture or something like that, right? A lot of times that we are being shown Indian as something that is silly, right? As something that is not serious. Right? A lot of times, if you go, maybe we should do this one of these days. We should just go down to my apartment and we should just ask all the regular Indonesians, what do you think of Indians, right? Good topic.
Good
So,
segment.
I'm pretty sure a lot of them will say like like dancing. A lot of them
the Bollywood,
the Bollywood stuff, the Tollywood, the Kollywood, a lot of the Hollywood, like a lot of but they never think about anything else.
Yeah.
If we go and ask them, like, do you know who is Modi? They probably will not know who is Modi.
They will have no idea who is Modi.
Because a lot of times we are receiving these messages from whatever that is in front of us, whether it's TV, and sometimes, most of the times, we are not being critical enough. We should be critical enough because we're not. I learned in psychology. That's you should ask questions critically. Like, things are not being shown. That's why there's a lot of hoax. A lot of hoax are being spread around without asking the base of the truth.
Where the information came from.
Yeah, and not only Hinduphobia, I think the one that really suffers the most nowadays, I remember there was this joke, Trevor Noah said that now Muslim are the new black people. Right? Like, long time ago, black people are being hated, and then now the Muslims are being hated because of the terrorists that is being carried out under the religion's name.
There's a term of Muslimphobia.
Islamophobia,
Yeah.
right? So I think that's all. I mean, I think we should be critical. That's why I don't spread news if I don't understand them.
If you're not just forward it to
No.
anyone else
No.
before you check the fact. truth,
you know how Facebook is being designed to show posts that is to your liking.
Yeah.
In my Facebook, we don't see a lot of news. We see a lot of I see a lot of like pop culture news, like game news, wrestling news, things that are easy to digest. And that's why I don't really watch a lot of news nowadays. I don't really, how do I put it? I don't really care, like, because like nowadays the Indonesian media like kind of like push you, like you should care, like you should care, you should care.
You should choose between two. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, that's how I would put it. Like in India's case, in Hindu case, I think it's not really being talked much in Indonesia, or but from the stuff that I've seen from Hollywood, like The Big Bang Theory, a lot of them now, all the Hollywood stuff, they kind of show, like Venom, the movie Venom.
Yeah.
The bad guy is in Indian.
I think I didn't watch.
You didn't watch Venom? So I mean, I think a lot of Indian people are kind of like taking their stand in the Hollywood, but it's kind of like, how do I put it? A lot of them right now is kind of like influencing the American people, because a lot of American people are kind of like easily influenced nowadays. That's what I thought. If you look at the news, if you look at the Facebook comments, like, you know, I see a news, and then the left will say something, and then the right will say something. You know, like the left, the liberal, the right is the conservative, and stuff like that. So nobody is looking at facts anymore. Everybody is concerned on who said it. Right? Even in Indonesia now, right? Like for example, there is a riot on 22 of May in Indonesia, right? No, Indonesia, sorry, in Jakarta. Some of the people say that it's an act of terror, and some of the people say it was a holy war. I don't know, but the facts are there is a riot and people are killed and then properties are being damaged, but nobody look at that.
Look at the fact.
Yeah, everybody is just saying, is blaming on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a lot of stuff. Anyway, that was a very interesting topic. I love psychology topics. That's what I love. I love psychology topics.
So you're actually interested.
I like it.
You like
you didn't know my minor? My major is in advertising. My minor is in psychology.
Ooh.
I like it though. As always, guys, that was a very interesting topic, and props to the professor who comes from USF. Kind of close to where I live, actually. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Bye. Are you still here? They're still watching.
Oh, thank you so much for watching
Thank you so much for
till
the end.
This second.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Don't forget to
while you're here, don't forget to
subscribe.
Don't forget to
hit the like button.
And guys, if you are looking for advertising, email us at hiubangshow@gmail.com. Or even better, go to our Patreon page. We got lots of good stuff.
The link is on the description box.
You know, we've been doing this for quite a while. We've been asking them to do. Nobody go to our Patreon page.
But maybe after this.
Maybe after this. Anyway, guys, as always,
thank you for watching.
Thank you.